Hello everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise. Today I'm using the Thelema Tarot, and this reading is for Tuesday, September 28th, 2021. And of course the question is always the same, unless you guys can help me come up with a better one. Basically, I want to know, what is it that we need to know in order to heal our souls, heal our psyches, psyche, body, soul, it's all the same thing, and get back to that place where we can experience who we truly are on the deepest levels here on Earth, here on planet Earth. How do we bring in all that magnificence? How do we access or what do we need to access to find our buried treasure? Okay. Seven of Pentacles. Six of Swords reversed. And the Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So with the Six of Swords as our theme for the day, for this Tuesday, September 28th, 2021, and this could be, I always look for that timeless message, so this could be for any day. But with the Six of Swords reversed, this can be some healing that's a little bit slow, but it could also just be some overwhelm, where we're not free, because when the Six of Swords is straight up, we're moving to calmer waters. There's movement, there's healing, there's a moving on, a relief, right? I mean, it's you can see it's a much more peaceful experience there. But when it's reversed, the healing is still coming through, the healing is still happening, which is good, and we might be feeling a little bit unstable, which is the way it works when we do go through those areas of our souls. We have to heal on all levels. We have to heal the false beliefs in our psyche, which we have a really good reason for having that false belief, because it's something we've experienced in the past, but it's left us with like a pattern, an idea that things are just always going to be that way. And it's not true, but it takes getting inside of that false belief before we can turn it around. So with these cards all combined together, I may speak more to the Six of Swords reversed in a moment, but I'm feeling drawn to the Seven of Pentacles, because that card is about working hard. It's about investing in something. And, the Seven Pentacles here could be the same as the seven physical chakras in the body, right? I believe we have little tiny chakras that even go out at the edge, end of the fingertips. I believe they're everywhere, but we have these major basic energy centers in our bodies. And while we're working on healing all aspects of our physical body, it's going to affect those areas in our lives as well. And vice versa, same thing. If we're having problems in one area of our lives, like let's say we're having money problems, we're probably going to have lower back problems too, because we're learning to receive. We're learning to drop in, come back deep inside, and not constantly be efforting and putting out, but also to balance out that second chakra. And it's the back of the second chakra where it's your the will center of the second chakra. It's the action. So we might tend to be in a pattern of overgiving, and we're still healing that. We might be in a pattern of overdoing, and we're still healing that. I think this card is all about the clues. Same thing with, like, let's say if it's the back of the fourth chakra, the back of the heart, you might be experiencing that, those pains where you really wish you could massage yourself on, in that area, but you just can't reach. And it's like, oh, what have I done, kind of a thing. If it's a chronic pain, that's because we're not opening our hearts to ourselves. I remember going through that in the early 90s. After I had actually lower back, and I had both. I had back of the second, back of the fourth, those issues, and I was overworking. I was feeling like I couldn't stabilize myself, which is what this Six of Swords reversed is all about. And with this Two of Pentacles, so I was working on a lot of false beliefs, basically. I'll get to this in a second. I don't want to skate over this place where I had to learn to open my heart to myself. I had to, because you want to balance the front of the chakra with the back of the chakra. So if if the will center in your heart is having trouble, the challenge is to open the front, and then it'll balance out the back. It can be both. So for me, it was lots of massage and learning how to slow down and not work, so many hours of every day. But I was like newly divorced and I still had a teenage son to provide for. Because my ex at the time was being very flaky. And that didn't change. That never changed. So anyway, with the Seven of Pentacles coming in here, just to go with some of the meanings with the card so that you don't miss out on that, we're talking about hard work and investment and physical tests sometimes. Excuse me, hold on. It has to do with often, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to get some water. So the sevens oftentimes bring in decisions and tests. Just that's the meaning of a seven oftentimes. And it does help you get to more of a spiritual awakening. So while the Seven of Cups can often be an emotional test, the Seven of Pentacles can often be a physical test. Now, if you're overworking, you are working hard, that's what this card is all about, you will blow out some of your chakras. That's just how it works. You're going to pay for it later, And usually your body will get you through something until you can actually heal. And then once you finally do have the spare time to be more inwardly oriented, then your body will go, okay, well, I didn't realize. You're going to be aware of what you actually did to your body. So if you're going through something like that, be very careful, because you want to stay stable. There can be this place where you have such an investment in a goal, Seven of Pentacles, that you're physically trapping your body in a state of overwhelm. Six of Swords reverse can be oftentimes feeling trapped. Like, how do I get out of this? Sometimes, especially if you're caring for someone else, my heart goes out to you if you're a care provider for a family member, a parent, or even two, like one of my dear friends that I love talking to. She's caring for both of her parents, both of her elderly parents. And it's, I just, my heart goes out to her to do that. And she's very, very capable. So, and she's good at taking care of her physical body. So none of this is anything about her. But it is hard, and it does require tons of planning which she's planning, which she's good at. So that's why she's not having trouble, I don't think. But with the Six of Swords reversed, we just have to be very careful about being overwhelmed, because we'll get into that place where we're unstable. Now, when we are healing, we do travel through areas in our soul where we are learning to stabilize something. And that's how it works. It's like we have pain sometimes that takes us deeper, and then we go deeper and we work through it, and then we have this expansion, this opening. Sometimes we have, like the pain of a contraction, there's a contraction in our lives and it is painful. And then we go through the pain and there's a big expansion, and then we stabilize, which is a lot of, what the sixes can do. You can just see the way the number, it comes down, and you've got a circular motion there where we kind of come down and come back to ourselves. So it's a necessary part of healing. You have contraction, you have expansion, and you have stasis. Even in your heartbeat, we have blood that pumps in, and then there's actually a pause before. There's kind of like no, I'm not going to be saying it right, but an O-ring in the heart, where in the valve where the blood pumps in, and then there's a pause, and then the blood pushes out to fulfill the body's needs. That's the way the heart muscle, the organ, works. And same thing with our breath. We can take a big deep breath in, and we pause, and then we exhale, let it all out. So it's, and you can look at the ocean. It's the way nature works. There's a wave, the tide that goes out, and then there's a slight pause, and then you can feel it like building, and then it comes back in. So it's the way life works. So this is part of the healing process. Okay, now let's bring in this Two of Pentacles reversed. This has us sometimes struggling, sometimes in a lack of balance. Here, this is actually a really good card to look at how much balance is needed when you've got a lot. I always looked at it as like, a waitress, like how many plates can you carry before you end up dropping one or burning yourself or causing problems. This guy's doing really well. But for how long? How long can somebody keep that up? So, if you do it well, there's it's not so extreme. The ups and downs are not so extreme. If you do it well, there's a negotiation with the river of life, the ocean of life, moving through life. But when it's reversed, we can't. There's something that's there's some inability to keep those plates spinning, to keep everything moving, to stay balanced. So we've got Pentacles and Swords here. We're missing hearts, right? We're missing cups. We're missing connecting with the heart. Yeah. So that's what's needed. Oftentimes you can figure out what's wrong by looking at what's missing. That's how we work ourselves through things sometimes. So let me, just for the heck of it, let's draw a couple more cards. Still have the Pentacles, and it's a page reversed, and we still have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so for sure, what's missing is that the need for connecting with our hearts and loving ourselves through whatever's going on. Because this Page of Pentacles, again, it brings in some unrealistic goal. We can't keep going like this. And the Queen of Swords, and this is in this deck. This is my favorite card. Well, actually, the Queen of Cups and King of Cups are, and the Temperance card. Those are my 3 favorite cards in any deck. But in this deck, check out those butterflies all around her. That's what it's all about. Transformation. Transformation into clarity, into independence, into moving forward, because she's been through pain. The Queen of Swords is absolutely, she's gone through so much pain. It's often the card of going through divorce. It's often the card of having a lot of people be critical and cold-hearted and careless with you. Those 3 painful C's. Being criticized, being not cared for, and people even being dishonest too. It's sometimes, when it comes to reverse, it's like a very pessimistic state of being, but she came through straight up. She came through to say, just be with your rational intelligence, be with your self-sufficiency, be organized, think on your feet, and be truthful, and cut a new path for yourself, especially with the 6 of Swords reversed here. It's time to be more, some people would call it selfish. I call it self-full, like with the big S, like higher self-full. Be with your self-love, because loving yourself through anything is the task. Whatever you have to go through, just love yourself through it. And if you need help with that, drop it in the comments. We'll send you lots of love. We'll send you lots of prayers. If you're needing support, with anything, drop it in the comments, and we will definitely send you those prayers. Okay. Well, that's all I have for today. Thanks, you guys, for hanging in there with me. As always, sending you lots of love. Okay. Bye.